Right, g'day team. Here we are. Here we are. Just checking. Just checking my camera setting. Looks good. I think I'll just shuffle it slightly, but we will be fine. Better. Right, you beauty. It does look like fun, bro. Don't you worry about that. We will have a bit of fun. She will get spicy. Spicy is probably the word. Okay. I will explain all in due course. Okay. Um, yeah, there we are. You beauty. Good to go. Right. Yeah, everything looks good. Frame looks good. The day's good. It's beautifully cold here in New Zealand currently, but never mind that. I've been thinking about just doing a little bit of play on race rate. Okay. Um, there's a multitude of ways that we can do this to try and get it, to try and just get understandings, but also practice race rate. Um, One of the biggest things that I think people don't do enough of, and we'll do a little bit more coming up, is going above and beyond, so that when you come back to like race pace, it's comfortable. So probably, yeah, no, that's right, Tim. Um, it's you get comfortable being uncomfortable, right? We talk about that all the time. Hence why, if you look at it, we've got a couple of zones that I've color coded um, for your benefit. So what we're trying to do is, with this session today, it's not a long session, but it is just having a bit of a play, and the intensity is going to be pretty high, especially up through these six sort of sets here. What we're trying to do is, and hence I've only made it 40 seconds. We could have stretched that out, but that's for another day. What we're trying to do is just, first of all, when we start doing practice at rate and looking at speed, is we've got to just learn how to build the rhythm and focus on technique first. Okay, hence why these ones here. So the first couple, we're just going to build to like just sub race rate. What we would like to sit on if we were going to do like a piece. Okay, then the next one we're going to build it again, and we're going to build it up to race rate. Okay, now when I mean building up, it's not like we're going to just hit the line and boom, 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 we're straight in it. We're going to take our time. Could be 10, 15 seconds. Okay, could be 5, could be 10 strokes. I don't know. But we're taking our time to let that flywheel speed build, and then we tap it along. Okay, great. Then we get to this one, and we're going to build it higher than race rate. So let's use a round number here, say 30, 34 is what you'd like to be doing, a race rate for K, 2K, something like that. We're going to build above that, so we're going to go 36, 38, somewhere like that. First one, take it above. Second one, go even higher. Then with this one, we're going to go as high as we can. We're going to rate the shit out of it, okay? And we're going to really pump it along. It's only 40 seconds, so we're really going to give it some steam. Really give it some steam. Okay, and then when we get back to the last couple, we're gonna build into the line, and we're gonna hit our race pace, which obviously for the example was 34, and we're gonna tap it along, tap it along. So what happens is, because we're gonna go higher and way outside the gate, the gate's getting slammed way open. We're gonna be like, wow, this is really intense. And so what happens is, when we step it back down to our race rate, we'll be like, oh, it's quite manageable. Okay. And that is one of the biggest things that I think is let down by a lot of people in terms of preparation for erg racing, PB stuff, that type of thing, is we never really go above and beyond. Now, you can't do a lot of above and beyond because it is pretty crazy, okay, and it can be quite tiring, and very draining, and it takes a bit of recovery to get back. So it is a delicate balance of how much we put of that into a program when we're working towards something. But I do believe that there is a good place for it. Okay, you talk about the fartlek stuff in terms of the physiological training, wind sprints, or people just doing max one set box jumps, or what, of in the weights room, you know, just all that sort of things, is because you want to really push it to that, almost to that limit. And I don't think we'll be right at the limit today, okay? But we're definitely going to start just touching on a little bit. So that we'll do some more later on, probably in 4 weeks, something like that. Is I'll probably introduce a couple of other ones, which will really start to put a bit more sting into the legs. But it does just help physiologically pushing above that limit. And so you'll find it a little bit more comfortable when you start doing things at race pace. Okay, so that's pretty much the explanation. What we'll end up doing today is we'll jump on now, we'll do our warm-up. It'll be a reasonably longish warm-up, probably close to sort of 10 minutes. But all we'll do is we'll just, we're still going to do a little bit of that in here as building it up, but we'll just roll on for that sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes. And then we'll just put in a couple of 30, 40 second, just building it, 24, 26, 28s, you know, maybe throw in something there. But everything about this today, just remember, it's very individualized. So whatever your rating is and you'd like to do for 2K, 1K, that type of area, you have a picture in your mind about how it is. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I'd love to actually be able to rate a bit higher, maybe have a play with the drag, and then just really think about what we're doing in terms of the technique, elastic length, not trying to reach too far forward. So a lot of what I'll say today is really around efficiencies. I'm not, because we're all going to be probably quite a little bit different in our rating. I'll probably get pretty high towards the end of these ones, not going to lie. But it's really about trying to get that understanding and doing it technically well, okay? And we don't want to sacrifice the technique and movement just to fucking rip the shit out of it, okay? We still want to have a little bit of composure while we're pumping it along and while we're trying to achieve some of that high rate work that we're doing, okay? So technique first, rate second, okay? There is a time and a place for throw it out the door, and that's probably going to be close to one of these, okay? But we still want to err on the side of more technical than throwing it out the window, okay? Beauty. So that's us. Enough chit chat, Eric. You've talked enough. I'll finish my coffee. Let's get ready to go. We'll warm up, have a good warm up together, and then we'll set the machine, and then boom, we're into it. Okay? Nice. It came back to me. Okay, right. So make sure everything is set. Your beauty. Got everything sorted. Nice. Make sure that's good and see what we're doing. Make sure we don't have any cutouts, dropouts while we're doing the session. And then we are good to go. Okay. So jump on. Good focusing in the warm up. Just getting nice rhythm. Start off as always. I had to warm up earlier because she is cold here today. Studio's pretty good, but it does take a little bit more to get this old body into shape these days. Get into a position to really push. Work it hard. Okay, but as we stretch it out, be nice and loose. Always starting off by feeling this nice smooth rhythm with the machine. Recoil. Nice easy movement. Oh, there we go. Okay, good patience. Really feel this hang. Nice long arms. Good. Okay, and as we start to feel like the body's in good shape, good position,
we can start to just feel the pressure that we're applying to the stroke, the push, the swing, feeling that body open out, okay? Because as we go through these sets, we still want to really focus on the big groups of muscles, okay? Try and hold this body shape. And as we accelerate, we're going to get the whip of the body coming through as those legs drive it away, okay? When we get up to this part, the high rate stuff, we really got to be conscious of the handles, so we're not trying to really rip it into the finish because there's so much power and force going on. We're better off to be really quick and almost not even thinking about the arms because we're just not going to have time, okay? So now, hang, push, feel that symmetry, hands out long, nice long arms. Yeah, push away from the handle. Good. Okay, feel this compression now as we're starting to just increase our pressure slightly. Okay, we're coming up to sort of 4 minutes into the warm up. Every stroke, identifying that change in direction. Are we in position comfortably, naturally, elastically? Okay, as we roll into there, we're arriving at that point. Okay, we're not having to force ourselves to get to the front. We arrive, compression, and then smooth take up, and then through the middle. Good. Nice. Okay, so let's just do a couple of increased rate builders here. Okay, build it to 24, 26 for about 40, 45 seconds. Okay, here we go. Building in. Now, so just feel our rhythm here. Breathe. Move a little bit quicker. Okay, really focus hang now. Okay, hold the form. Relax the compression. Good. Nice rhythm. 2 more. Take it down. Okay, nice. Okay, good. Right, so we'll do a couple more of those. On the last one, we'll treat it like a builder. Okay, where we start to build, get it above 30 or something like that, and then we'll be ready to get into here. Okay, right. Let's firm it up. Breathe it in. Okay, good. So let's move to around sort of 26, 28, 40 odd seconds again. First one. Now, so feel that little bit more force, hand speed. Now focus, flywheel. It's moving, pick up. Hands around the finish. Long arm, bang. Right, 2 more. And down. Good. Right. Okay, breathe it in, shake it out. Remember the fundamentals. When we get it to speed, then we're protecting speed. Okay, we get it moving. We use the energy to get it moving. And then we pull back on the energy expenditure slightly to focus more on the repetitiveness of tapping it along. Okay, so yes, there's energy to work it harder to get it going. Once we get up, we pull back slightly on the energy and focus on the speed of movement and the rhythm. Okay, so let's firm it up. We'll do one more. Treat this one here like we're building it up. Okay, so every stroke, just move a little bit quicker, 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 quicker. Boom, and we'll be on rate. Okay, so let's firm it here. We'll move again for about 40 odd seconds. Just moving it around 30-ish, bit above, whatever. Feel it, feel the rhythm, feel the flow. Okay, so firming now, adding a bit of freedom, moving in. Now, so tap, 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 and again, and again. Now hold it there. Focus movement speed, hands, smoothness around the front, don't grab. Three more strokes. Good. Okay, that was a good one. It's pretty similar. What we'll do here, okay, before we start really getting into it. Okay, breathe it out. We should be nice and warm. Heart rate should be coming up. It's gonna be a good session. Okay, focus, rhythm, fundamentals of what we've been doing. We always talk about relaxation, flywheel, moving with it, less tension, more elasticity, really good focus and composure. Okay, focus. I know you want to be looking at me, but just focus more on my voice and focus on what you're looking at in front of you. I won't be able to say a huge amount of stuff, okay? But everything that we say is going to be really focused, technical checkpoints,
okay, around what we need to do. Okay, beauty. So, before we cool down too much, first one's always going to be a little bit weird, is probably the term, just because we're going to be building in from a standstill. So, as I say, very similar to that last thing we just did. This one's here building to just below race pace. Second one, we'll try and go a little bit closer to race pace. Third and fourth, we're going to build it to what we'd like to be with our race pace, but we'll take our time to build it like we did there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 strokes, don't care, whatever. Takes you 15, 20, don't care. Okay? These ones, we're going to build it above. Okay? So we're building, if you feel confident, try and build it quicker than I guess I'm expecting. I'm expecting it to take stroke after stroke after stroke after stroke after stroke, boom, we're there, okay? If you feel like you can do it in 4 or 5 strokes, great. If you feel like it's going to take 10 to 15, great, don't care, right? But then when we get to this one, we're going to be going straight off the mark, okay? We're going to be building before the line, and we're just going to really go for it, racing power, okay? Now, when I say max, I don't mean stupid rep max, okay? But if your rate's 34 and this is 40 and you're really pumping the numbers, awesome. I want to see it, okay? And then these two here are what we're really focused on. All of this is setting us up for this, where we can build to the line, straight into race pace, tap, 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 composure, rhythm, focus, boom, numbers, okay? Yes, we're going to be fatigued, but this is what you want to feel like 3/4 of the way through your piece when you're like, holy shit, I think I'm going to die. But nah, I'm going to focus and I'm going to hold this rhythm, and it's going to be mind over matter. Okay? Beauty. Right, let's go. Let's reset. Okay, let's jump in. Select workout, new workout, intervals time. Okay, let's pull that down to 40 seconds. Take off the minute. Set that rest time at 1 minute. Just leave that flashing, okay? We'll make sure everybody's got 40-second set time, 1 minute rest time, okay? Give everyone another 5 or 10 seconds before we press the check button. Just the timing of making sure we're all on the same page, okay? It's good to have it. It's good to have the set because we see the numbers. We've got to know when to build in, everything. Okay? Beauty. Okay, Michael, we'll see you later, pal. Let's press the check box. And let's lock and load, okay? First one here, let's build it. Just nice sub-max rating. If you do end up getting closer to your rate, don't worry about it, okay? Focus. Technical focus, relaxation focus. Right, here we go. Okay. Right, here we go. Session. 10-40 seconds by 1 minute rest. Are you ready? Attention. Go. Okay, nice and elastic. Building. Okay. Now focus rhythm. Okay, hang. Brush your body. Breathe. Feel the push. Easy. Let's go, right? Okay, sets us up well. Sorry, excuse my coughing. Cold, still there. Better than it was last week. Okay. Suck it in. Breathe. Loose and relax. Okay? Loose and relaxed. So, analyze, evaluate. Did you get your rate? Whatever rate you had, did you feel like you could maintain and hold that? Okay? So we'll
Start to firm now, okay? And hit the line, here we go. Now build, accelerate, hand speed, leg speed, okay, long arms, hang and swing. Nice long relaxation, bodies, ribbon off the legs. Good, okay, really good. How'd that feel? While you're sitting here breathing hard, just move back and forward. You feel like you get a good tap on. How'd the pickup feel? Okay, think about it for this next one. Same again, we'll get firm before the line, start to build it slightly, second or two. Okay, we'll start to do it a little bit earlier as we get through. But get this one very close to your ideal race pace. Okay, firm, building, moving. Now, take your time, tap. Quicker, quicker, quicker. Here it is. Freedom of movement. And long arms, elastic. Rhythm. You beauty. Okay. So let's keep an eye as well. Probably didn't say it at the start. Focus more around the feeling and the rate more than the splits. Okay. We're not trying to force the splits at this stage. We're trying to really get good gauge on movement speed. Okay. Think about it. Doesn't mean you don't think about it, but if you're not seeing numbers that you like, just think about, are we doing it correctly with our movement speed? Okay, same again. Boom, move, build. Now, okay, quicker, elastic. And there I am. Hand speed. Rhythm. Pressure. Long arms. Good. Okay, good. Breathe it out. So, with this one here, build it. Build, 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 build. Okay, elastic length. If it feels like you're going 3/4 slide, I don't care. Okay, as long as we're still focusing the hang, we're not trying to rip it in and cut it short. Feel whatever length we get to and maintain that, okay? So let's build it a little bit above. Okay, think about speed of movement more than power. Here we go. Firm, building. Now, elastic, elastic. There it is. Now tap. Hang, swing. Finish. Spicy. Okay? Really good. Okay, really good. That's very high. I'm touching on 40 there. But I feel like I'm still holding my body, good positioning, reasonably good length. Okay, it may look short. I still feel like I'm getting to a nice natural place for that speed. Okay, same again. Build it. Okay, firm, building. Now, tap, tap, tap. Yeah, good. Hang speed. Hang, swing. Breathe. Ah, okay, good. So, really good. Here comes a couple of bangers. Okay, build it as high as we can without losing complete control. Okay, it might not be much more than what we just had. Okay, but let's commit to it. Okay, and start to firm, starting to build, moving in. Now, hands around. Hang. Yeah, good. Push. Breathe. Okay. Wow. Okay, real good. Breathe. Suck it in. Okay, really good focus. It's high. It's a little bit right on the borderline of being completely out of control. Okay, one more of those. and we pull it back. Okay, here we go. Boom, build, hang, go. Hang, elastic. Nice. Pick up. Now long arm. Okay, good. Okay, breathe it in. Here's where our money's made. Okay? I'm gonna build it up. Come to the line. Race pace. Okay? Focus on rhythm, rating, relaxation. Okay, firm. Good focus, good push. Here we go. Build. Now. Okay? Elastic length. Now open the mouth. Hang. Swing. Long arm. Yes, team. Steam. Finish. Freedom of movement. Lovely. Okay? Really good. Okay, I felt good. Okay? So much more in control, but my rate still right where I want it. And it just didn't feel like I was anywhere close to being out of control. Okay, last one. Here we go. Focus. Boom. Let's really bank it on this one. Good focus. Boom. Build. Moving in. Now, elastic. There it is. Now tap. Work, rest. Push and swing. Long arms. Elastic. Hands, last 5. Banger. You little ripper. Okay. Roll it out. Really good. Okay. Great work, team. Okay, composure. Breathe. just reset the menu, okay? When you can, we're just gonna row this out for a little bit. Moving along, let's just really start to flush some oxygen back into the muscles. They will admire my rowing on the phone. Not bad. And a little bit quicker off the back, Eric. Okay, really good team. Okay, you probably hated me around here somewhere. Maybe feeling still like that now. Okay, but trust me, we're adapting our physiology. Okay, we've gone well above and beyond. And I hope you felt, even though you're under that stress and that fatigue, that you were still getting a pretty easy pace, race pace. Okay, physically, yeah, it's still going to be hard, but going from these ones to here, I was like, oh, so much more time. Okay, and that's one thing that we need to think about when we're doing or working towards different things is looking at how far we can push it. We don't have to do it for long periods of time because it is physically draining. Okay, really, really physically draining. We're basically start and finish in an anaerobic space. So even though I'm saying to breathe, it ain't doing bugger all. Okay, we're really, really deep into that anaerobic position. And then once we pull it back here, the body can start to think about that aerobic energy system again and get a little bit more focused on it from there. Okay, so we've done 3 minutes of break here. Let's just start to stretch it out. Nice long travel. Okay, remember this seat and this handle while I drop it, but remember that connection. If we were to hang a string between the two, the relationship here, okay? We don't want it to be too much like that or whatever, or if we're here and we push it out slightly, we've got to remember that these two have a good connection and relationship with one another. If we were to put that imaginary string in, it loosens there because we're lifting or the handle's coming back too early. Vice versa, push, okay? It'll be too tight, wouldn't be able to come through. So if we just think about it, relationship, okay? They both start moving from the front, from here together, and then through this recovery. Once they get out to here, they're moving the same speed, okay? So just think about that here while we're not under pressure. We don't have a lot of power. We've got mainly body weight going into the machine. It's just really good, really nice rhythm and movement. Okay, let's row this for another 15 seconds. Nice long hang. Finish it well. If you feel like you need to do more, warm down, please be my guest. Okay, it's recovery, vitally important to our improvement. Okay, recovery, one of the biggest keys. Okay, you beauty. Great work, team. Okay, fantastic. Okay, not gonna lie, it's solid, like real solid. Okay, I'm still catching my breath, so don't you worry about that. I'm about as tight as you are from doing that, but it's literally just what we're doing. Yeah, I think Robro did keep his lunch down. I think your erg was flexing. Yeah, it does a bit,
Okay, and this is the whole thing. The reason, and it would, okay, I've seen it jump the shit around, but we talk about that finish, right? And there's no way that we can finish here under full power if we actually aren't trying to pull our toes against that strap to create this inertia. Okay, ain't no way that if we didn't have if we had the feet out, we'd be like push, and then we'd be like, look, we'd be pulling our bodies here to try and finish to create that. Okay, and this is why we talk about it a lot in the training, is feeling the feet here against your toes. And we're just holding that while we've got this, we talked about last week with the core, we've got this like connect and then forward, okay? And that's where you do have that core, because you're sitting back, but we've got this strap that helps us get back forward and helps get back over. So when that's happening and you're under full pressure, the ooh can like just start coming back with both feet. Okay, hence why you've got the old locking mechanism here. The older Model Cs that had the piece around the bottom, when someone might be rowing on one, with that plastic wheel that you use to clamp into place. If that ever came loose, I've seen machines just go ba-boom, just come apart while people are like really pumping it out. What was my heart rate? I didn't have my watch on today, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if you get close to anaerobic max, just because we're working, aerobic max, because I think we're working too much in the anaerobic, okay? You might have started touching quite high up in here, okay? Only because we started building it here as an aerobic, and then we got into that anaerobic, but I'd be up in the 180s. I know, yeah, it's pretty standard. So yeah, it is what it is, okay? But just remember, yeah, you're at the limit, great, okay? But this is the thing, is that how many of you like normally go way above and beyond? Okay, and this wasn't way above and beyond, okay? This was touching on way above and beyond, okay? But this is the one thing I think, because it's so far out of your comfort zone, and a lot of people are not really thinking about what that above and beyond does. I don't think people do it a lot. People go, we'll do 1 minute on, 1 minute off max and all this sort of stuff, or race pace. But there's a time and a place to really pump some high rate, high intensity. Now, I know one that we could do, which we probably should do, is the 40-second on, 20-second off. Now you're looking at me going, are you mad? But there's bits and pieces like that that really push you outside, which will make you sick. They'll make you physically sick because of how hard you can get, okay? But it's all about managing that. We're not professionals here, okay? Once was professional. But we're looking at using the tool, old crusty here, for various reasons, okay? And so I'm just giving you the best tools that you can use at home, you can use by yourself, giving you guidance that's going to help you to get better, okay? And so this one today was like that. You can use this example in your training, okay? What you could be doing is you could be like, well, I'm doing a 20-minute row, but I want to do some race pace pieces in the middle of it, okay? So what you could do is every, say, 3 minutes, you could just build it out to 30 seconds and then just pull it back down, build it back to a nice steady pace, do it again, and just go and just increase every one of those 3-minute sections. Okay, and that's the thing, is it's very similar to this. You just use it as a tool to get, I'll push it a little bit faster and a little bit faster. And that's one of the best ways to really just get some speed in the legs while you're doing general training, okay? One of the biggest things that we used to do all the time, even when we were doing 60-minute pieces, is our coach would be like, I want you to build the last 500. For us, sort of around the last minute and a half. And so we'd just start building, and then the last minute would be a sprint, okay? And there's ways like that to use when you're just generally training, to be like, well, I think one of the biggest things is learning how to do this, okay? And that's what we did today, did it pretty well. I think we've done a little bit more in the past, but one of the things is you really want to learn how to build the speed of the machine. Okay, because as you add a little bit more, the flywheel goes faster, and then it stays going fast. Then you do a little bit more and it goes faster again. Whereas I think a lot of people use too much energy to force the speed of the machine, rather than getting back to the fundamentals that we talk about here, which are continuing the flywheel moving, tapping the machine, protecting the speed that you've already created, okay? And that's the key. Yesterday, I did an official VO2 max, waiting for results. Oh, good. Whole bloody whole face mask and everything. They're brutal. I'm not going to lie. I've done a few of those. We used to do it in two ways, the VO2. We do a lactic test VO2. Okay, so we build the watts every 4 minutes, take blood, 30-second break, and you just increase. And then we do a full 2K afterwards at full max while you got that stupid face mask on and you can't breathe properly because you're forcing air down a tube. But fun times for anyone that wants to do a VO2. Go see some sports scientists and rip into it. Okay. But right, great work, team. Okay, pat on the back, everybody. Remember what we were doing this for. Use it in your training going forward, whatever you need to. But it was just a really good way to touch on just using the workouts in certain specific ways. Okay, and this one was learning to build it, get the race, go above and beyond, and then pull it back to here. And just remember, if you go back over your memory, have a look, this is what we were after. Okay, what we were producing here is a really good guide as to how efficient we can be, how sustainable we can be, even when we're under pretty high stress. Okay, and these ones here, okay, they might only be 40 seconds long, but if we can hold that relaxation and rhythm at that after doing all of this, it means that whatever numbers and stuff we're doing here, we're like, you know what, I think if I was to go out and hold that from the word go, I could get pretty close to holding that split the whole way. Okay, so it'd be really good. Thanks for workout. It'd be good to see my monitor. Everybody says that. Everyone says that. We've been thinking about that. Wouldn't be able to do it here. We could do it for some videos, but I don't think we can do live unless I was to set up like Twitch or some crap like that. There's an idea, but I don't know. Right, okay, that's for another day. Just remember, guys, any questions, DM me on my Instagram or anything like that. If you've got any issues, problems, questions, Facebook, whatever, check it all the time. But keep up the good work, keep training hard, keep pushing yourselves. Just really look at all the ways to get better physically, mentally, okay, and technically, because at the end of the day, we need all of those together, which is really going to help push us as individuals. Okay, so thanks very much, team. Look forward to seeing you back here next week. We might have a few disruptions coming up in weeks past that. Got school holidays, other bits and pieces going on, but we will always try and have something here for you every week. Yeah, love doing it. Okay, thanks, team. Love the enthusiasm. You guys are always great to be here. I'm going to have a shower and I'm going to watch some US Open and I'm going to see Ricky Fowler win. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Here we go. Right, peace out, team. Thank you very much for me and the Sensei team, and we'll catch you here next week. Righto, keep it up.